Salute. Hope everybody's doing well in there. Bam. Hope everybody is doing well in their situations, what have you. We're going to jump into street organizations right now. So, yeah, I hope nobody's offended, and I wish wellness to you and your family. Let's go. I want you to listen to this real quick. No. Hold on. All right, I got a salute to the sister Queen Goddess Latanya in the building. They said you can't hear the video. What the hell is going on? Shouts out and salute to everybody that's up in here doing the damn thing. This is from Divine Prior at the hip hop conference. The hip hop conference that was orchestrated in about, what was it? About, I want to say 7 years ago, 7, 8 years ago. Divine Prior, Dr. Divine Prior, good brother, breaking it down about the prison industrial complex. And that's what we're going to get into right now. If you've seen the title, it's about street organizations. All right. I've been in a couple of groups along the years. One called Man Up by the respected, late, and great Dr. Bob Law, called Man Up. And also the respected and great leader in Mwali Abudika, which is Sonny Carson to those that don't know. All right? So, with that being said, we're going to talk about what street organizations can do for the community that they are in and how they can serve them. And I wanted to start off with the position of the prison industrial complex and the policies and people that rally behind that, and also get your input of how things are in your neighborhood so we can further discuss how we can defend, protect, and even strategically enforce our own rules with those street organizations and the powers that be, because it's going to take us, US, to bring wellness. How about that? So let me give me a minute to figure this thing out, how this is going on, and I don't know why this is not playing the way it's supposed to play. Let me see. In other words, I admire your input, and we're going to bring this from the top. Divine Pryor is definitely a strong individual. Hold on. You can't hear the volume that's playing. I got this share screen on, share screen, bang, bang. Took it off, put it back on. Okay, here we go. Share audio, yeah. Finally steps to share audio. Goodness gracious. Share audio. We're good there. Okay, I got an up-to-date joint. Let me see. The volume is all the way up. Let me know again. Share screen. Oh, you need 2 monitors. Tight screen share. Share audio.
If you read the statement, you were arrested. Why? Because
here we go. Let me know now, Tanya.
So who do you think gonna raise the kid? Who do you think
gonna
clean the house?
With me now.
So stupid Ed had to think about it, and guess what they came up with? They came up with a whole set of law called the Slave Code. And you know what they were? They were a set of laws to reinstitute slavery. Let me tell you what they were. There was the vagrancy law. A vagrant was any person who wasn't fully employed and didn't have a place of residence. You know who that was? The 4 million slaves who just found out they were free. As soon as they stepped up the plantation, you breaking the law, they locked you up. Wow. And as soon as they started that process, then they created what's called the convict lease program. You know what the convict lease program was? The convict lease program was a program that said once you were arrested and incarcerated, you could be leased back to the plantation. Sometime before your bed even got cold. Then they said, oh, yeah, you want to vote? Sure, we got the literacy law. You know what that law was? The literacy law said that you could vote, but you had to first read this statement. If you read the statement, you were arrested. Why? Because the only way you could read it, if you know how to read it, was against the law. And so they had the legal system set up and designed to reinstitute chattel slavery. Now we got to fast forward. But we don't got a lot of time. But what I will tell you, not even today, they got this drug-free zone. Let me tell you why the drug-free zone is a joke. Drug-free zone said if you get caught with drugs, either in your possession, sale, or distribution in a drug-free zone, which is 500 feet from a school, that you are required to get the maximum penalty. Well, guess what? Anywhere you go, it's 500 or 1,000 feet from a school, which means we automatically gonna get the maximum. That's when they come up with the mandatory to a minimum would say, well, then, if in fact you get arrested with a certain amount of drugs, I got to give you 15 to life. You know why? Because the prison industrial complex is a business, and we are a commodity. We were brought here as a commodity. As soon as they figured out that they could no longer use us in the way they use us, they had to figure out a new way to use us. And when this way runs out, they'll come out with another way to use us. Until we wake up, until we raise our consciousness, until we recognize that I want you to kill each other. I want you to call your sister by the B name. I want you to call each other niggas. I want y'all to rob and steal each other. You know why? Because I make money all the way to the bank. My daughter's the stenographer. My uncle is the judge. My nephew is the prosecutor. My cousin is the defense attorney. And my brother is the correction officer. My other cousin is the warden. And if you die and kill each other, I make the embalming fluid to bury your dead ass. And then on top of that, I build the coffin. So I make.
Hold up. There's a reason why I hold up, because, you know, the YouTube web crawling service and things of that nature to break up certain intervals. And if you are playing somebody's content, you definitely got to break it up and also create your own content in the meantime. Right? We're not going to talk about that. But understand, what he's building on is the foundation of where the trap starts setting in, which is very important. You know, shouts out to everybody that's in the old school, you know, and Latanya, thank you very much for bringing some awareness to what my sound quality was. I appreciate that. Look, salute and definitely well wishes and well-being to the brother Divine Pryor. You can spell it with the E-V-I-N-E, or you can spell it with the I-V-I-N-E. I think it's D-E-V-I-N-E. He came up to the hip-hop conference a while ago. It was 2 hip-hop conferences before. That's when the brother Wise Intelligence from Poor Righteous Teachers dropped the bomb about the Tavistock Institute and how the frequencies of music and the behavior was basically catered to appeal to the destruction of the Black young male, which was excellent. I'm going to bring that up in another conversation. But this right here is for the prison industrial complex. I want to follow that up with a brother named Tim Lucas, who is a correctional facility, a correctional guard for one of the DC jails in the Thug Life DC documentary. Now, what I like to do is bring you references so you're able to follow up on those, you know, get the understanding from the actual footage that's being produced and disseminate your own viewpoints and your own opinions on it, which is very important, right? Only because we don't want to be swayed by other people's thoughts about the situation now. The reason why I got on a mob hat, what they call back in the days, or even calling the West Coast, shouts to my homies, you know, out there, you know, everything from Carson City to freaking, you know, South Central, the Darrell Heights and all that, because you understand, there's some rich thugs too, right? I'm not going to talk about it. But, you know, it's about bringing things back to the law and order of street protection. And why I titled this the way I titled this is for street organizations, group organizations, tribal organizations I implore you, right? I implore you to go back to your original codes and start to protect, once again, the elderly and the young. The reason why I could say that is because the elderly will definitely support you in your movement if you're able to secure and solidify their walks in life. You know what I'm saying? And for the youth, if you were ever to encourage those to ride for your cause, the best way to do it is to secure their expression. Now, I know that may be a tall can of hopes and dreams, but it's something I would like to see done myself. But I also understand that it is the movement that was set forth in particular. So we're going to go forth further into what Brother Divine Pryor was talking about. Then we're going to go into the Rumble Kings, the Ghetto Brothers. Basically, brothers that was from the Black Nomads and the Black Spades. There was also the Savages and a couple of other groups. And I have that as my icon, as my YouTube avatar, to show and prove that amongst the wildest stage of criminalized youth, we're talking about the segue between heavy drug use into gang life, into hip hop, right? And hip hop was a culture that was basically distant at this point. You know, Kool Herc hasn't yet drove his tall 10 to 12-inch speakers to the community center yet. The places in the Bronx were dilapidated. I want you to really focus. I don't care where you are. Look, I don't care where you are in this day and time. I want you to really focus on what hip-hop has brought to you right now in this sense of reality, where it's a multi-billion-dollar industry pulling in money from all sorts of fields of interest, right? Before all that, it was a survival technique, a code of understanding between young men and women from all walks of life, to understand that we need something to circle our wagons, galvanize ourselves to a point where we can get an economy of it, plus enjoy the culture of expression, which is life. Life is a culture of expression. I implore you to listen to KRS-One. I implore you to listen to Dr. Amos Wilson, Deepak Chopra, wherever you want to go, right? So I implore you to listen to these entities, these parties. Okay, I'm not going to go too far in. Let's go further into Divine Pryor. Got like 5 more minutes.
Money across the board. So I don't want you to get conscious. I don't want you to be in a room teaching each other. I don't want you to raise your level of thinking. I want you to go out there and bang each other. I want you to go out there, because when you do that, my son, who's not yet born, can have an education at Harvard. I can buy that yacht that I always wanted. I can live in a life of luxury, and I can continue to capitalize off your stupidity. That's what the prison does. Now I got to fast forward to one more piece. This is the final piece that I gotta go, because we ain't got a lot of time. We heard a lot tonight. We gotta get out on the street and do some work. Come on down. Tell you, I did a lot of time in prison, so I had a lot of time to think about this. And, you know, when I go articulate this stuff in Congress, and, you know, you see the guys stand on the end and get ready to come get me. You know, every time I go and speak at one of those sessions where you got to be real formal, you know, they don't know. I know how to get formal too, you know. I can take in consideration the mitigating circumstances. I can do that too, right? I learned that too, but I also know how to keep it real. And I'll tell you this. The system right now is looking for a new way, because, you know, the numbers are starting to go down. Yeah. See, we killing each other too fast, and so we're not filling the prison cells. See, they need us to slow down the killing a little bit so we can fill themselves, because prisons are built upstate. And when they build prisons upstate, that means it creates jobs for upstate economies. See, prisons became the new upstate economy. When manufacturers started leaving America because they were trying to escape unionization, they had to come up with a new way to sustain their economy. So they built prisons. Them white folks up there that was carrying signs about we want prison, they was doing that because they meant we want jobs. We need your babies locked up so they can fill themselves in order for us to have jobs for now and throughout eternity. And what the reality is that if I can't make money on you in the front, I'm going to make money on you in the back. And if I can't make money in the back, I'm going to make money off you in the front. And the only way I can do that is to keep you in a state of darkness. The only way I can do that, I got to keep you asleep. The only way I can do that, I got to keep you focused on killing each other so you don't have time to figure out who the real enemy is. So I got to keep you in the Willie Lynch syndrome. I got to keep the tall against the short, the light against the dark, the weak against the strong. I got to do that. I got to tell you, oh, this guy.
Hold up. Woo. Listen, I want you to understand what he's talking about right now. Even though there are speculations out there that the Willie Lynch paper may have been not just unanimous, but also fictitious. The patterns and behavior of what the Willie Lynch papers resonated are actual and factual and practically played in society. Meaning people are actually put in, molded, sculpted, formulated into what some of the design of the Willie Lynch papers have taken place and stated. As Shakespeare said, all the world's a stage. All the world's a stage. And he was one of the people that are speculated to have penned a great deal of what we call the Holy Scripture. Also, another name to throw out there is Francis Bacon. Lord Francis Bacon. Under the auspices of King James. But I'm not going to go that far. What he's saying is for people that didn't even know the language. I don't care where you were, you didn't know the language. And this was instilled in you. And I'm still talking, you have to go back to the original mandates of protecting the community, making sure old ladies go across the street properly and the young kids get fed and sent to school well. I stayed to the script myself. I stayed to the agenda that needs to be fulfilled for us to get back to where we are, our regality, our royalty, our dignity, our decency, our strive for cultural continuance. And he lays out, he being Divine Prior, lays this out as far as how it plays out in the prison industrial complex. Can you get that? Are you willing to share that? Can you comment on that? Let's roll in a little deeper. Then I'm gonna hit you with some entertaining tunes. Things of that nature.
God told me recently I'm not real because I wear a suit and tie. What kind of foolishness is that? People come in all shapes and sizes. You know, somebody's got to be the intellectual. Somebody got to crunch the numbers. I don't necessarily like it, but I got to do it because I got to be able to come out and explain the numbers. So this is how the number game works.
How's that?
Do you know every time we go upstate to prison, it's ching-ching? You know, they got this thing called gerrymandering. Gerrymandering means when you get locked up, they send you 100 and something miles away, 200, 300 miles away. What that means, all the money that comes from your hood goes upstate. Right. So every time they do the census count, they have to count you in that county as if you're a resident of that county. Right. When they do that, they say we have an exploding population and we need more money to build more hospitals, schools, and roads, which those folks is never going to use. Right. And the fact of the matter is that the person who's going to make it responsible for them to secure that money is going to be the elected official up there who's representing the interests of his real constituency. It ain't you. Why? Because you locked up and you can't vote. But we don't recognize that. So we continue to feed into our own self-destruction. We continue to feed into our own demise. And we think we doing something. But the only thing we doing is we dancing to the tune. And so there's some white folks sitting back in a place that they call Silicon Valley, and they right there computerize it, and they figuring out the next way that they can use us as consumers. I tell you, y'all killing each other a little bit too fast, and themselves is starting to be empty. And they don't like an empty cell, so they figured out new ways. For those guys who stand on the corner slinging drugs, to somebody told us drop the dime on you, might have dropped the dime on you. They got a whole thing about they don't even use infrared anymore. They got a whole new kind of science now where they can take a millimeter of light amplified 1,000,000 times. They can see you from 20 blocks away through cinder block walls. Hold on. Right now, any one of y'all can go home on your computer, put up.
Hold up. Do you know about iFlyTek? Okay. You know about Alexa, right? Yeah, I'm sure you do. You know about Siri, right? I'm sure you do. You know about Cortana? Cortana, that's what the Windows joint, right? If you say certain words and it triggers your voice, you know, it picks up on the frequency, right? If it picks up on the frequency of your voice and it catches and you ask it a question and it starts to rally up something from the search engine and delivers to you an answer, you know about that? Okay. iFlyTek is the first portion of what we have in the States for Alexa, Siri, Echo, Cortana, right? Delivered by Julian Chen since the 90s, the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. Salute to Wired Magazine for bringing that up. Your voice becomes a part of the database. And we're going to get into that when it comes to the Wealth Chambers Future Flow show. I also have that as part of my YouTube playlist with a couple of different gadgets and, you know, thingamajigs for modern consumption that's going on now. Yeah, but that's another story. But Julian Chen brought that out in late 80s, early 90s, amongst the strict communist China movement under Mao Zedong. And what he put into effect was to uniquely learn about the different languages and dialects amongst different people in China, all the different provinces. And one of the provinces were definitely this social distance, as you would like to say, was the Uyghur Muslim population. And just in recent times, we were able to pick and prod certain pieces of the Uyghur, which basically goes to say that the more secluded your language, the more exclusive it is, especially if you're able to draw resources with that language. You become a power player if you have resources already. And then you're able to disseminate certain information that goes along and gets equipped with certain things like iFlyTek and Alexa and so forth and so on, Cortana and Siri and things of that nature. Yeah. This is why I implore to you, as the YouTube audience, whoever sees this, those that are active participants and those that are passive listeners, to understand that it is a way bigger picture that's going on right now to consolidate data. And I usually start my lives and my podcasts and broadcasts with the term, "What's up, earthly matter? Are you ready for this divine omega data?" Right. So there's a little catchphrase that I caught up with myself to entertain those and introduce myself at the same time. But are you ready? Are you ready for that type of earthly chatter, turning into singularity data and not, organic or Omega Sun data. Are you ready for that? Divine Prior is speaking to that right now, talking about how the Willie Lynch letter was compartmentalized into a situation, into a language, into a behavior for people to actually carry out so they can be accepted amongst certain groups. See, here's the thing with the Willie Lynch letter. It not necessarily has to be a valid document, a valid sentiment, or even a solid contract. But the fact that people are willing to walk into the role or roles that are displayed inside of the Willie Lynch letter makes it detrimental and gives it validity. We have to really catch ourselves up. We have to catch ourselves up. You out there who have the numbers that I don't have a responsibility. According to everybody, you out there who have the ears, the understanding. I don't even know if you have the fortitude, really. And that's where our contention comes in. But that's another sunspot, right? You who have the charisma to bring about that flavor, to deliver this message, you actually do have an opportunity and accountability to bring that message forward. See, I don't know if you know about the movie Matrix, but before he actually got into the Matrix, he had to deal in all these different forums and chat rooms and things of that nature until he found out who had the bunny rabbit on the shoulder. Now you don't hear me. Let's go back into Divine Prior.
Google Earth, put your address in, and it'll come right down on your front door. Right now, you can do it tonight. They got technology now with DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, but we just call it DNA for short. Fact of the matter is that when folks is doing a crime, they ain't thinking straight. So they're going to touch something, they're going to sweat, they're going to spit, they're going to urinate, and you're going to leave some evidence. Do you know DNA is 99.9% accurate? That's right. You know all they need is a little piece of hair. Anything off you, and they can bring it right to you. That's the reason why they want all our kids fingerprinted. Because once I get you the database, I got you. You see, and since we all look alike anyway, it don't make a difference which one of us they snatch up. As long as I get one of y'all. Let me close by saying this. Because we can go on and on. Wow. We can go on and on. What we did, what we doing in the city, I created an institution, and I'm looking for folks as soon as they come out of prison. You know why? Because I got a lot of stuff in my head I got to get out. Yes, sir. Everybody on my staff was former blood, former Crip, did time in prison with a stick-up kid. You don't know nobody that love more money than me. I love money, drugs, clothes, jewelry. Used to, don't love it no more. I love the good life, but I found a different way to do it now. I can sell books now. People pay me to run my mouth, and I like to do that. So I found a way to take my skills and legitimize. Just like they trying to find a way to legitimize slavery, we got to do the same thing. Them same skills you're using on the street, banging and doing what you're doing, those are transferable skills. You know more than any corporate CEO. We know all about accounting and marketing and distribution and packaging. Don't nobody know it better than us. We create all the fashion. We trailblazers. We ain't got to be following nobody. But we first gotta wake up because we still sleep. I'll tell you that the fact that we're still here now is a testimony to our greatness. We done came through every ism you can think of, every form of racism, every form of sexism, every discrimination, every annihilation, every form of genocide. We have pushed out, locked out, shut out. They did everything they can do, and we still here. That should tell you something. So I'll end in the words of Brother El-Hajj Malik, otherwise known as Malcolm X, who said that we as a people have done so much for so long with so little that we're now qualified to do anything with nothing. So always shoot for the moon, because even if you miss, you still reach the star. Thank you.
Hello. 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 That's the brother Divine, Dr. Divine Pryor. That magnificent brother came out of doing I think about 7 years and donated his life, designated his life to learning about his position in life, our collective position in life, and then also achieving a point where he can get to a situation where he can actually articulate himself. See, that's another thing I'm really feeling about our people, that we're able to discuss what we need to discuss very decently, entertaining wise as well. Remember, this is not white man's knowledge. What are you talking about? This is, put my Papa Legba hat on. For those that know, this is not about white man's knowledge. This is about your knowledge. Yeah. Since you came out of the womb from just an infinitesimally small amount of sperm, mixing with an infinitesimally small amount of egg, combining together, so small that eye can't see, nor a microscope. And boom, you entered the stage of this reality. This reality. You had an obligation. The first obligation was self-preservation. The second obligation was expression. You have an intelligence within you, a nature within you that was thriving to see itself explore what is out there. Whatever obstacle or element was out there, you were designed to navigate around or to. Yeah. See, these are the things I tell my offspring. There's a same amount of brain cell held within the skull. And if you have two working eyes, two working ears, one mouth, you should be able to listen twice as much as you speak. Then you should be able to put forth twice as much as you understand with your working hands, arms, legs. The one heart that you have is strong enough to drive your ideas forward. But this is corny, right? Yeah. The last part of this segment is something I want to go into, and it deals with the Rumble Kings. I hope you're able to bear with me for a little bit longer. I don't want to take all your time because time is of the essence, right? Right. But where's your essence is what I ask all the time. All the time. Okay, where we at? Black Benji. Of the Rumble Kings. Of the Rumble Kings. Which is the Ghetto Brothers. The Ghetto Brothers were a group established out of the Black Spades.
Because there's a lot of clubs
that help. Okay. The Ghetto Brothers were an ensemble developed out of the Black Spades, Savage Nomads up in the Bronx. Let me see where we at right now. Okay, there we go. Salute to Egyptian Goddess Latanya, my man Ray Love, because I also have this on Facebook. My Son Seeds page on Facebook, basically intertwines with my IG pages, and this is hold on. I gotta represent for my man. Rest in peace, Sean P. Sean P. Actually, you know what? For that person, for a couple of people that's listening right now, I'm going to play a Sean Price track. Please understand what Sean Price is a powerful figure in the Brooklyn, New York area, especially Brownsville. Shouts out to the Ville. Shouts out to the D-Set family. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you don't know. I'm sorry. You don't know. Where my man is at? Yeah. Shouts out to Ruck. Shouts out to Dan the Man. Salute to Buckshot. 5 foot. Bomb. Put your cock in the whore. Controversial rockin' on tour. Group of girls want to lick on your dick. Group of guys want to get in the flick. I'm like, fuck you. Overall, they like Sean so ill. Who you think you been Rondo Hill? What? A lot of rock bar star party drill. Big fuck strip cut when they fuck with the bill. Flow young, so young, guns is drawn. Calamity, all the family gets something small. Sean Price, who can't rescue me? The number 210 to watch me take the test. Shit, you separate your neck competitively. Who the fuck runs better than me? Nobody. Okay, listen. I'm from Brooklyn, right? Claps to that. Hold on. Let me do this the right way, right? I know. I might not be coming off the way I need to come off right now. Salute to that. But shouts out to Brooklyn. Yeah. All that. Listen. I'm from East New York, Brooklyn to be exact. I'm from East New York. The 80s East New York. I survived it. That's why I'm happy. I smile. Listen, if you ain't been through nothing, chances are you're going to mess with other people because you ain't been through nothing. Get your life in order. I salute leather and wood grain, diamonds and throws, minks. I salute that. If you're getting that, hey, that's on you. Love your life. I'm a vegan too. I'm a pescatarian now, but okay. I love salmon. What do you do? There are things in our lives that we cling to, that we love, that make us us. And nobody should try to trample on that. More than that, nobody should try to impose their lifestyle upon others. Triple more than that, nobody should try to critique when they don't have the standing to make their lives better. That part. Okay, but I know I get it. You got to live vicariously with the lifestyle you never lived before in your life, and it's like once you get certain amount of money, you want to spend it a certain way because you never had certain things. I get all of that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm into myself is bringing positivity to the table, truly. Showing people what their talents are and expressing what their talents are and sharing that, so if you have a channel, I would like to visit what your channel is and what it's about and things of that nature. I would like to find out, what more information is out there. Because if you're a learner, you're a leader. The reason I don't go at certain people is because I am taking certain classes and I deal in a certain profession that warrants, I don't necessarily tear people down, but build people up. I truly believe intrinsically that everybody has a chance to redeem themselves. I do. Me personally. Those who see this, thank you. I hope you do the same in your lifestyle. In your walk of life, in your walk of faith, you have something within you that can empower others. Hence the wood grain, because it's a fly ass shit. But okay, let me slow down, slow all the way down. The last thing I'm gonna show you is what my icon. If you ever see it in different chat rooms and different forums or what have you, I usually use the icon of the Ghetto Brothers, and in particular from Black Cornell Benjamin, what they actually call AKA Black Benji of the Black Spades, to Puerto Rican Benji, which is AKA the Black Spades as well. This was the beginning of hip hop. Say it 2 more times. For the eyes that's on me, right? This was the beginning of hip hop. This was the beginning of hip hop. The culture of ours that brought upon billions of dollars for people that don't even promote it anymore. Break dancers, graffiti artists, DJs, MCs, stylists, policymakers, all coming together from the inner cities of every hood in the USA. That's what I represent. So if you can, go to the block on B-Rocks Radio too. I plugged it in. Yeah, whatever. Okay. With this, the Ghetto Brothers, upon the unfortunate passing of Cornell Benjamin, aka Black Benji, hip hop was born. Hip hop was about taking the street violence that cost the lives of many young Black and Latino brothers and sisters in the community of the Bronx, which is, even though it seems big, it's not really that big at all. It costs lives to make this music. So when we talk about a Kool Herc, when we talk about Grandmaster Flash, when we talk about African Bambaataa, bringing these minds together, it wasn't a small thing at all. And I implore the YouTube audience to become that grouping of Black Benji to Puerto Rican Benji. See, Hold on, let me cam up a little bit because I know that's what people like, right? I don't give a F how you feel. Black Benji, Cornell Benjamin, was a peacemaker at heart. He went to places that were dangerous in origin to deliver a message from his group to say that we are in this together, whether I like it or you like it or not, which was very commendable, honorable, admirable, and he was killed for it. See, some of you characters out there in this virtual world live so far in the virtual world that you don't see what can take place as far as consequences go, as far as measuring goes. I don't mention karma because karma is not a weapon to be used lightly. But being a witness to immediate karma, 360 degrees of what comes around goes around. Being an immediate witness to that and knowing that that can happen in your future, I implore you to do better. I know what is capable of such a force. Yeah. And I would like to bring you back into, and like I said, this is for the street organizations in particular, because there's so many talented brothers and sisters in these street organizations from the South, the North, the Midwest, the West, the East. Brothers and sisters are organized and know how to make a dollar, right? That's one. Brothers and sisters that are organized and know how to protect their own. I didn't have to say community. Because once you know how to protect your own, you will actually automatically protect the community. Yeah, you don't even know. Once you know and understand to protect your own is to protect the community, you will build a corner store for your people to go to. Salute from the crown to the boot, Nipsey Hussle. Salute from the crown to the boot, YG. Salute from the crown to the boot, Rollo. Salute from the crown to the boot, ARAB. There are many more. Big U. Salute from the crown to the boot, T-Rock. Salute from the crown to the boot, Bone. J-Bone. Yeah. Salute from the crown to the boot. Okay, Trife Gangster, salute from the crown to the boot. I'm putting this out there, and I have people. I'm thankful. I'm appreciative that I do have people. I'm thankful and appreciative that I do have people. God's earth, salute from the crown to the boot. Long live Kaheem, long live Umallah. Okay? Long live the Father Allah. We still have obligations that we need to take place in order to solidify ourselves and our standings, and also to bring forth the message of civilizing the savage in the airwaves. Shouts to Divine. Understanding. Salute from the crown to the boo. We're on an understanding day going into the Culture Freedom Day. Just to let you know for those that don't. And the way of life that we need to live is in our hands if we choose to develop it into a way that is formidable against those that choose to live as savages, just seeking silly, simple ways of satisfaction, and don't understand the ramifications of what can happen after that. Don't understand that our young people looking at us don't fully grasp that the legacy you leave behind is the legacy you will be remembered by. King Kongish. So, we're exiting right now out of the Sean Price Saturdays. R.I.P. to Sean Price. If you don't know who he is, Google him. Just put in SeanPrice. Beautiful, crazy ass, Brooklyn ass albums for your amusement, right? Dealt with everybody in the freaking community. Shout out to my man Romega out there. My man, the Jig Masters and the Jig Masters. Shouts out to Beyond Real out there. Shouts out to freaking Building Blocks. My man, I said Duke of Tears. My man, I Kill Easy. Yo, I could tell you a lot of stuff. I ain't gonna go too far. We're gonna go finale, right? We're gonna go into the commentary that was given to the death of Black Benji, who is a very important figure. He's one of the 5 figures that I definitely put on a pedestal as far as this revolution stuff goes. I'll give you 2 more. Bernard Garrett, Joe Smith. All right, I take back Joe Smith. Bernard Garrett, John Henry Clark. Bernard Garrett, if you look at the movie called The Bankers, featuring Anthony Mackie and Samuel Jackson, Anthony Mackie played the character of Bernard Garrett, who is actually a real person, who actually really did stuff in the real estate industry as far as combating what redlining and gerrymandering was about, being able to put Black people in homes. I thank you, that one ally, that I thank you. I thank you totally. I don't know who you are, but I thank you. I triple thank you. I don't give a F about who's watching. I don't. If you get the information, if you get the message, you are winning, because it's not from me per se. So Bernard Garrett is the real character that Anthony Mackie played in the movie called The Banker. Google it, follow it, find out if you can get it and stream it and play it. That is one of my heroes. The second hero I will explain to you right now at this specific time, because I have 3 more and I will not tell you who they are. The second hero. Damn, what I just mentioned. Okay, cool out. Listen, just deal with the information that you have in front of you and deal with it properly. I hope it structures your life a certain way. One day I will get into my heroes, but right now I'm really, yeah. So we're going to go into Oh yeah, this one's the second one. Okay, I give it up. Black Benji of the Ghetto Brothers. Let's go. Shout out to Divine Pryor. Where we at? Come on. Can you hear this? Yes. This is Puerto Rican Benji. Hold up. Hold up. I need to know that people are actually hearing this right now. Just type in the comments if you're hearing this, because I will make adjustments in the meantime. Between time, also shouts out to Queen Bernadette, the family of Sean Price, little Sean, daughter. Shouts out to the Trigger Cards. What's the flavor and all that? You know what I mean? Coming from Princeton High School itself, and running into brother several times on a school level and also on the industry level. So that's what's up. Dug down. Oh yeah. Let me do the little grimy crap that people do. Let me put my link in the screen. Yeah, son. Let me put my link in the giant. See you want to come up here. You know what I'm saying? And if you come up here as a clown, I'm gonna flame you, because that's what we do in Brooklyn. You know what I mean? And that's what we're doing in all types of places right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm Manhattan bound right now, but that's what we do. But yo, hey, how we on the sound, right? I got the link out for those that want to come up, talk their mess. It's a Sean Price Saturday. Can I get that on there? Can I get that on there? It's a Sean Price. Hey, Sean Price. I just played King Kong. That's one of my joints right there. That's off the Jesus Price Superstar. For those who don't know who Sean Price is, you should get acquainted. Duck Down Records. I'll play one more. I don't care. Let's go.
Botswana, small town, little league player, pop on her.
Hey.
Rock corners with hot blocks and drug infested.
Hey.
Supply supplies, my money stay thug invested. No disrespect to Duck Down Records. Activities go around and make niggas look defensive. Sincerely, Pirates, Pot Sean. Cutting and spinning on alright.com. The vet earner with stripes, the skin burner. Tears in my eyes when thinking the hex murder. I do a parlay with the crew, nigga. I don't parlay with the new niggas.
Don't.
Hardcore rap and Mary J. Blige records.
What?
Dark and snap and waving the 5 reckless. Sean Price, the best rapper in Brownsville. Don't know me, by the time the song done, you clowns will. Hurt something. You know what I mean? Oh, fuck out of here.
Hurt them.
Grown man rap.
Word.
My son and fuck one of y'all young rappers up. Fuck out of here.
What's up, God?
Where was I?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yes. Sean Carter was nice, but Sean Price is the best. Sean gone. No Sean gone. Sean is a dawn. I know where Sean John. Obviously, Blackberry brand to get long Johns. Mac and cheese Tims, you separate meat stems. carrier, bulletproof vest tester. Rock the spanking just enough for rockin' Lady Chester. Where's your rap? 2 L's a whack. 2 fingers, 2 hands, my nigga, the guns clap. I don't like niggas no more. 8-figure change, nigga, but the figure is 4. These are words from 1,000 years. Selling tactical peas disguised
in some house again.
I fucked up somewhere down the line, but I got my shit in order. The crowd is mine.
Period. Mother. Smack all you rappers. All right, we're about to bounce out, man. Like I said, I'm gonna finish this up with the passing of Black Benji and what it means. It's about 5 more minutes. I hope you can enlighten your circle on what the Ghetto Brothers was about, what Black Benji was about, what Puerto Rican Benji was about, and all parties in between, from the Black Spades into the Savage Nomads, and all the different street organizations out there from that time. Let's go in. Shouts to Scott LaRock. Where we at? Hold up. Hold up. Where we at? Hold up. The hell? Sharing was canceled. Hold up. Man, StreamYards is a mother sucker. I see you. Okay, here we go. Share screen. Share the audio. Share together. Share together. All the things that we've been through. All right, here we go. Thank you for holding on. I'm glad, whoever that is, man. I don't even care if
it was a
it's
dream that I always wanted to be accomplished, because I always fantasized of becoming a leader of a great organization. But then I didn't realize that I was the leader of a very gang that caused a lot of destruction, a lot of hurt in people in the community. And as time went on, I started to see myself and say, wait, maybe we can channel all this negative energy into something very positive. We started to change our image from using our hands and hurting people to doing something constructive, like fixing people's cars, fixing people's apartments, painting people's apartments, helping people walking up the block. What's left of the old Ghetto Brother Club is still standing there. When I see that, I get shivers up my spine. Here's where all the major decisions were made during those violent years. We were the type of group that we were internationalized. Okay, we believed that there was no boundary. The streets belonged to everybody. Now, the rules that the other gangs was, if you step in a certain community, you had to. If you're walking with your colors, you're asking for war. You're not showing respect to this gang's community. When Ghetto Brothers used to do that, we would actually take off our jackets, not to start any rumble. Or before we even do that, I'll even talk to the president and let him know the relationship with the Ghetto Brothers doing in the community. We were one of the only groups that they allow us to walk in their community with our colors on, because they knew we represented peace.
Yes. Salute to Benji,
also known in the
Puerto
streets
Rican
as
Benji.
Black Benji, was ambassador for the Ghetto Brothers. He was beaten to death when he tried to intervene between 2 other gangs. Instead of retaliating, the Ghetto Brothers convened a peace meeting of all the gangs in the South Bronx at the Boys Club on Hoe Avenue.
Yes.
This event marked a turning point in the history of the gangs as they began to turn away from violence to become a positive force in the community.
Black Benji was the 3rd staff leader in the Ghetto Brothers. His job was to make peace with other clubs, bring in the presidents, the vice presidents, and the warlords to our division, let them know what the platform of the Ghetto Brothers is, what do we stand for, and what is our objectives.
we came down the stairs, right? And we stopped there. And there was about 13 to 20 of us. And then when we looked down, we seen him. That's when Benji came out. And Benji said, he took a step forward and he said, listen, brother, we're here to talk peace. And the guy, he came out and he said, I don't know, he said, piece of shit. And he must have took a jump. It looked like he threw a kick, but he must have took a jump to grab a pipe.
Black Benji at that time was getting beat up right in the very corner. We found out an hour later, after he was taken to the old Lincoln Hospital, that they killed him. Oh, there were 3 gangs involved. You had 70 Motos, Black Spades, and the Mongols. And as a result of his death, that's where all the gangs met.
Understand, right? There's a phrase in the good book, in the poison book, however you want to take it, right? It says, blessed are the peacemakers. Blessed are the peacemakers. And they'll sit firmly in the house of the Lord, if I'm correct. If I'm not, I don't give a fuck. But blessed are the peacemakers is enough for me. Is your speech about peace? Are your ways and actions about peace? We all gonna make mistakes here. All of us. You see my finger? Me. The 3-point back and the one I voluntarily give myself. I'm gonna make mistakes. But what is a blessing? What is the favor of that which brought us here? What is the favor of that which animates this clay that we're in? This brother was giving enough to go into places, situations that could have cost his life many times over. And then one day it did. Let me share something with you, right? I started my community outreach a long time ago, many moons ago. But when I first got into, I would say, legitimized community service was when I was going into working with NYCHA, which is New York City Housing Authority, in the community center. I'm teaching others' children from the ages of 6 to 25, how to navigate what life is about, how to escape the pitfalls that are available for us. I had a teacher at one time, Mr. Raleigh. I remember him, dark-skinned brother, cool. He's one of those old school types. Yeah, and I bucked him all the way. I'm like, nah, I ain't trying to hear all that type of stuff, you know. But he told me one thing. Once you find your purpose within the work that you do, you can't unlearn that. And you definitely will be an asset to the community. Like, what? I didn't see myself as an asset to anybody. I'm here to get a check. I'm here to get a check, right? But once you see, if you have any soul in you, right? You have spirit and soul and the stuff that's untangible and unquantifiable in you that you feel is a power that progresses your life, right? You see the one instance where you can actually be of help and assistance. All that goes out the window. There are things that you do that you can't put on a check. And that always resonated with me. It always resonated with me. And it kind of haunted me at the same time. Because I know for a fact that some people, a great deal of people, even a majority of people, don't really give up. Fill in the blank. And Mr. Raleigh put me on point. You say you cannot be dismayed by that. He's one. Another one that did that was Mwali Abudiku. Mwali Abudiku. I hope I'm saying it right. Abudiku. And his friend, Brother Ali. If you find out who those people are, you might be on the scent of who I am. Those brothers actually gave me some life lessons that are so golden that I can wear a $500,000 cable big joint and not think anything of it. Give it to the homeless type. I know this doesn't mean anything to you in your personal life. I don't even care. I hope it does. I hope something resonates with this. But what I'm saying is that there are some lessons in life, there's some purposes in life that you learn that are outside of what you can attain. And this is why we have the platforms that we have. And if your whole purpose is just to entertain and amuse and to be a clown, so be it. There's a meaning for it. I can't get on you for that. Look, I like Seinfeld, like Issa Rae. They don't fit my agenda, right? I like Spike Lee movies. Shoot, I like The Matrix. I like sci-fi. I'm really like a really sci-fi nerd type thing. I like Thanos and all of the different Marvel depictions. I like Thanos. That's my dude. As far as DC, Darkseid. Sorry, Omega. What do you want me to do? Okay, so that's how hard it is. I'm still there. But for that one person that's looking, and for the 20 that's listening out, Sun Seeds. I love the Sun Seeds. Sun Seeds on Facebook, salute to you, right? More importantly, I like what I like, and you like what you like. That's okay. You can have all the fun in the world with what you do. The issue is, what are we willing to contribute? There are people watching us. And that's the kids. I don't give a F about anybody else. The children. The people that are inspiring to be new leaders. That's going to take up the mantle for what we have in store. That's seen how people fumbled the ball and say, wow, you're going to leave me with this? Fuck are you? Those type of people, I'm with them. Me are with them. What are you going to do? You. What are you going to do? I'm going to listen to the last part of this, end you off with a song, and wish you the best wishes I can from the seat that I'm in for you and yours. But what are you going to do, you, for everybody else? We'll see. Let's go. Come on. Black Benji.
At the Boys Club.
Customer of the scene.
Advise the Ghetto Brothers.
Warlord of the Ghetto Brothers.
Hey, I would like for the police to leave. Or we got nothing to say.
You wanna know when we came to your turf, man? When Black Benji died, man. That's when we came to your turf for Static, man. I'm gonna tell you what's happening now, because all this shit is bullshit, man. You see, because like, wow, man, we didn't have no static with you people, man. All we did is ask you people for the colors, man, and you people didn't give us our colors back. When we have static, man, we settle out among ourselves, man, because like, wow, we got to live in this district. The whiteys don't come down here, man, and live in the fucked up houses, man.
Yes.
The whiteys don't come down here, man, and have all the fucked up fucking no heat in the fucking winter time. You understand? We do, Jack. So therefore, like, wow, we got to make it a better place to live. You understand?
Newspaper people will walk up to, what are you guys gonna do? And here's how the media works, you know? And then he got members of my club
Pay attention.
and members of other gangs. Benji, what are you gonna do? Are we gonna take revenge for the death of Black Benji? I said, no, we're not. Would you believe that members got angry at me and some even threatened me? I said, to take revenge will make Benji's peace annul. It will mean nothing. Will make it void.
Even though we had colors, we were a gang, we'd never look for trouble, man. I could understand if they beat up Benji, but killing him is another thing. You took away one of our brother's lives, man. And we were right down the funeral looking at him, saying, I wish the immortals, if they were them, to see what it is to take away one of our brother's lives. You don't want us to become a gang again, right? Because I know you, right? Don't I know you? You was up in the meeting and you told me, Benji, I want to get out alive. Didn't you tell me that? Benji didn't get out alive. Benji died. They took away my brother's life, man. The thing is, we're not a gang anymore. We're an organization. We want to help Black and Puerto Ricans to live in a better environment.
That's how a lot of gangs got together as a result of the death of a brother who went out to make peace and not war.
How do you tell somebody that's already on the verge of saying, yo, man, I don't know what to tell you. This is the life I live. How do you tell somebody that? How do you tell somebody that this is all that they've been doing for the longest to stop? This is what feeds their family. How do you tell them that nah? I'm fortunate in my own life because I've seen instant karma, right? Instant karma. But even though I've seen instant karma, doesn't mean that the people that are around me have seen instant karma. I've stated before, for those that understand who I am and where I came from, and just those that don't really give a shit, right? I know people that are coming out now, right now, 2020. They've been locked up since 94, 93, 88. And what can I show them? What can I tell them? What can I tell them about you? You, whoever that is. Yeah, you talk crazy, talk ridiculous. What can I tell them about you? I try my best. That's all I can do. I want to see the best in all of the people that have talent, that have communication skills, that have the rapport and the pulse of the people in their hand, I implore you to do as great a work as possible. I implore you to do that. Because not everybody's going to survive the savagery that is being promoted. No, not at all. Not at all. And shoot. Listen. It's like the Oracle when she found out that Neo wasn't, quote unquote, the one. You know what, kid? Here's a cookie. You'll feel better. You'll feel better. It's not for everybody, man. It's not. It's not. It's hard. You haven't lost anybody. Even if you did, right? If you did find out what was quote unquote real early on, I would see it. Me, myself, in my own personal life, I would see it. And I think that you would see it as well, right? And you would want to make changes, but more importantly than trying to make change would be to make amends. Be humble. Have humility. All right, you don't have to be humble because humble for suckers, right? We're not dealing with suckers. We're being social distance from suckers. But I want you to take in what Puerto Rican Benji was talking about with Black Benji, Cornell Benjamin. He was a real soldier. And knowing the real stories that I got from him, he really went into different places that he wasn't welcome in. And people that had access to power did not like him in. And knowing that disrupting the status quo was changing the economy, he was definitely not welcomed in. And he paid with his life to be a peacemaker. And blessed are the peacemakers. If you want that for you and your family, I implore you to do the same. If you want that for you and your loved ones, I implore you to do the same. Salute to Scott LaRock, too. Beautiful brother. There's some people that are not playing at all. And the minute you talk vicariously, like you are that type of person, and a person says that you're up for grabs, I don't know what to tell you. Especially now. Shoot, it could be me. The challenge is if you and I am prepared. Yeah. But I wish you all well and prosperity to you and your families and your loved ones. Hope you can hear me. I got a good mic on this phone. Stay blessed. Peace.